Welcome to Kip DC Math! Today we're going to model three-digit numbers. This is going to really help us think about the size of numbers and think about how the numbers are built so that we can take them apart and do all kinds of cool things with them. Let's start simple with something we kind of already know. Are 24 and 42 the same number? What do you think? No, they're not the same number. They have the same digits. They have a 2 and a 4. And there's a 2 and there's a 4. But because the digits are in different places, we don't read them the same at all. This is 24 and this is 42. Because the digits were in a different place, they have a different value. And that's why you always hear people talking about place value, because the place determines the value and the value determines the place. Here's another way to think of it. Let's think of $3, $30, and $300. These all have a 3, but because of the zeros, putting that 3 in different places, these are not worth the same at all. You would not be as happy with $3 as you would with 300, right? This, all on its own, is the ones place, so you would get $1 bills. But this 3 is in the tens place, so you would get 3 $10 bills. And this 3 is in the hundreds place. Those zeros fill these spots and push it over to the hundreds place. You would get $300 bills. Definitely not the same. The place of that digit determines its values. Now we're going to see how to represent that in a picture with our special guest.
Hi, Kip DC. It's Miss Simmons from Promise.
Before we begin to build our numbers or model our numbers, I want to make sure that you understand the relationship between your place values. So say Miss Simmons had some ones, okay? To be a bit more specific, say I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And when I add another 1, I now have 10 ones. Now when I get to 10 ones, I actually have too many for this particular place value. And I know that because my next place value is tens. So when I have 10 ones, what I can do is I can actually regroup it for a group of 10. Now I know this works because if we line these up, we can see that they're equivalent or the same. So if I had 10 ones, I know I can make a group of 10. Let's see what happens when I have 10 tens. If I had 10 tens, so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, now I have 10 groups of 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we know that that is equivalent to 100. And so instead of having 100 in the tens place, what I can do is I can regroup it for a group of 100, which we call a flat.
Mrs. Simmons showed us how to represent that with blocks, and we can represent the blocks with pictures. But instead of drawing all of this as detailed, we use symbols. For the ones place, we just put a little dot because it's little and small. For the tens place, we put a line, kind of like this rod is a line. And then for the hundreds flat, we put a square because the hundreds flat makes a square. So this is what we draw to represent those blocks that Miss Simmons just showed us. Let's go back to Miss Simmons now to see how to represent a specific number.
Okay, Miss Simmons, thank you for that. That was so cool. So I have the number 234, but I don't have any place value blocks at home. So what should I draw to match what you showed me on your model?
Absolutely. So I think the first thing we have to do is start by drawing our place value chart.
Okay.
So on your paper, go ahead and draw your place value chart.
Okay. Done.
With hundreds, tens, and ones because your number is 234.
Great. And then I put it on there, right?
Yep. Go ahead and put it on there.
Awesome. Okay, done. Now what?
Now we want to draw our model, okay? And so normally when we read our number, we start 234 with the largest value. But when we're drawing our model, we're actually going to start with the lowest place value because it makes sense and you never know when you have to regroup, okay? And so if I'm doing 234, I'm going to start with the lowest place value, which in this number 234, it would be the ones place.
Got it.
So what you would do is put 4 ones in the ones place value.
So I'm going to draw little dots since those are little.
Makes sense.
I'll draw 4 little dots. Got it. Perfect.
Awesome. Then, when you finish with your ones, you're going to go to the next place value. The next place value would be tens, okay? So, in the number 234, I have 3 tens. So, I'm going to put 1 group of 10, 2 groups of 10, 3 groups of 10 to represent 30.
Great. I drew lines since those look like long lines.
Awesome. Last, because we're not finished building our number yet, we have the number 234. We're going to go to the next place value, which is our hundreds. In the number 234, we have 2 groups of 100. And so I am just going to draw 2 hundreds.
Got it. So for that, I'll draw a square since they look like flat squares.
Awesome.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Now, sometimes, instead of being asked to draw the picture, you're given the picture, and you have to put their digits in their correct space. We're still going to make a place value chart just like always, and we're still going to label it ones, tens, hundreds. Then we look to the picture and we fill it in. I see 1 hundreds flat right here, so I'm going to put a 1 in the hundreds place. I see 6 tens rods here, so I'm going to put a 6 in the tens place. And I see 6 ones, so I'm going to put a 6 in the ones place. Guess what? Even if these switched places, my number would still be 166. I don't just follow the order that it's drawn, I really pay attention to the value. We're going to try one more with something special to look out for. I draw my place value chart, I fill in the ones, tens, hundreds. This part's easy. I see 3 hundreds, I put a 3 in the hundreds place. Next I see ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I put an 8 in the ones place. What do you think I should put here? What do you think I should put in this space? I'm going to put a 0. The reason I put a 0 is because there are no tens in my picture. I can't just leave it out and write it like that, because if someone saw that, they wouldn't know I was leaving an empty space. They might think I was trying to write 3 and 8 or 38. So the place of the digit really tells us the value, and if we know the value tells us the place.
Yay for your super brain! Modeling numbers is going to help us do so much with those numbers in the future. I am so excited.